Imagine this. What if you had the power to truly grasp what women secretly desire most? How would you use that kind of knowledge? Here's the truth. Even if you could read a woman's thoughts, you'd probably find yourself more confused than ever. Why? Because around 80% of what women genuinely want, they'll never directly ask for. Welcome to the Be Masculine channel. In today's video, I'm revealing 9 things women crave deeply, but almost never voice out loud. The 6th one might just change your entire perspective, so don't miss it. Let's jump in. 1. Be unpredictable. A key trait that instantly catches a woman's attention. Being unpredictable in the best way possible. It's not about being erratic or unreliable, but rather about keeping her guessing in a way that sparks her curiosity and emotions. Women crave excitement and emotional depth. When you're a man who brings variety, spontaneity, and mystery into her life, you naturally stand out from the crowd. The predictable guy? He's the one who texts her at the same time every day, plans the same dates, says the same compliments. Eventually, she can see his whole playbook, and once that happens, the emotional spark fades. Why? Because humans, especially women, are wired to be drawn to novelty. We crave what we can't fully figure out. You want to stimulate her mind, not just her senses. Take her to unexpected places. Initiate deep conversations when she least expects them. Be the guy who can switch between being playful, thoughtful, serious, and spontaneous without warning, but always with intention. And if she starts pulling away or testing your energy, don't panic, don't chase. Unpredictability isn't just about action, it's about restraint. Sometimes walking away is the most powerful move you can make. The goal isn't to confuse her. The goal is to never let the connection fall into emotional autopilot. When a woman feels like life with you is a constant evolution, she'll want to stay close, because you make her feel truly alive. 2. Be a good listener. Listening might seem basic, but when done right, it's one of the most attractive skills a man can master. Most guys think listening just means being quiet while she talks, but women notice the difference between passive hearing and active listening. And trust me, active listening wins every time. When a man truly listens, he's not just waiting for his turn to speak. He's engaged. He makes eye contact. He nods with understanding. He asks meaningful follow-up questions. And most importantly, he makes her feel seen and understood, not judged or fixed. Women communicate to connect. They often don't need solutions. They need space to express themselves. When you create that space, she'll feel emotionally safe with you. That emotional security builds trust, intimacy, and attraction. You become someone she can open up to, someone she feels connected to beyond surface-level attraction. This kind of connection doesn't just benefit her, it benefits you. You'll learn more about her values, dreams, fears, and desires. You'll pick up on details that help you lead, plan, and respond with greater emotional intelligence. That's high-value behavior, so don't underestimate the power of a listening ear. Stop trying to impress her with your words. Impress her with your presence. Practice listening with intention, and you'll notice her leaning in more, opening up deeper, and valuing your energy on a whole new level. 3. Don't be overly respectful. Respect is essential, but too much of it in the wrong way can kill attraction fast. Sounds crazy, right? But hear this. When a man becomes overly respectful to the point of losing his own frame, it comes across as submissive. That's when you fall into the nice guy zone, safe, sweet, and unfortunately, forgettable. A lot of men think the way to win a woman over is by treating her like a queen at all times. Compliment her constantly, agree with everything she says, never challenge her opinions, and before you know it, you've erased your own masculine edge. While kindness is key, attraction is built on polarity. She wants to feel your strength, not just your approval. A high-value man doesn't bend over backward just to impress her. He maintains his self-respect, asserts boundaries, and isn't afraid to tease, flirt, or challenge her. He brings a playful tension into the interaction. He leads without apology and expresses his desires with confidence. You don't need to be a jerk to get respect, but you do need to show that you're not intimidated by her. Confidence is magnetic. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to lead, and it's definitely okay to flirt boldly. Find that balance. Respect her as a woman, but never place her above you. When you own your space and carry yourself like a man of value, she'll respond not just with respect, but with genuine attraction. 4. Dress to impress. Like it or not, people judge you by how you present yourself, and women are especially tuned in to the details. Your clothes, grooming, and overall style say a lot before you even open your mouth. That doesn't mean you need designer brands or flashy outfits, but it does mean putting effort into your appearance like a man who respects himself. A woman who takes time to style her hair, apply makeup, and choose the right outfit wants to feel matched. If she shows up and sees you looking unkempt, wearing oversized clothes or dirty sneakers, it sends a clear message: you didn't care enough to show up at your best. On the flip side, a well-groomed man in clothes that fit well, complement his body, and reflect his personality instantly stands out. It tells her you take pride in who you are, and that kind of self-respect is attractive. You don't need a massive wardrobe. Just invest in a few timeless, well-fitting pieces. Neutral tones, clean shoes, a crisp jacket, and a neat haircut go a long way. And don't forget grooming. Clean nails, fresh breath, and a subtle scent can make all the difference. Dressing well isn't just about impressing others. It boosts your confidence, which naturally makes you more magnetic. When you walk into a room looking sharp, you feel sharper. And that energy? She'll pick up on it instantly. 5. Take charge. Women are naturally drawn to leadership, not control, but confident, grounded leadership. A man who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to go after it commands attention. He's decisive, assertive, and reliable. And in a world full of passive behavior, that kind of energy stands out like gold. When you're constantly asking her what she wants to do, or avoiding decisions out of fear of offending her, you're putting pressure on her to lead. That can be exhausting and unattractive. Women want to feel secure and taken care of. When you take initiative, you give her the gift of relaxing into her femininity. Taking charge doesn't mean you don't listen or consider her preferences. It means you lead while staying tuned into her needs. It's planning the date, making the reservation, or confidently deciding which movie to watch, while still making her feel involved. Whether it's choosing a table at a restaurant, directing the flow of conversation, or guiding the relationship's direction, lead with certainty. She wants to feel like she can trust your decisions, not because you're always right, but because you're grounded. This doesn't just make her feel safe, it makes her feel desired. A man who leads shows he's not afraid of responsibility, and that's deeply attractive. Be the man who moves with purpose, who makes things happen. Lead her, not just in plans, but in presence. Let me continue with points 6 to 9 in the next message. Here are points 6 to 9, each rewritten in approximately 250 words in US English for your Be Masculine brand content. 6. Show her you have options. One of the fastest ways to increase your value in a woman's eyes is to show, without saying, that you have options. Not by bragging, not by name-dropping other women, but by living a life that's full, purposeful, and clearly not waiting around for her. When a man is centered, busy building his mission and surrounded by good people, his energy shifts. He doesn't come across as needy. He's selective. That's what makes women chase, because they sense that if they don't step up, another woman might. You don't need to be a player or entertain multiple women to create this effect. You just need to be the kind of man who's not desperate for attention or validation. When you're secure in yourself, when your time is clearly valuable, women notice. They see how others respect you, how you carry yourself, and how you stay in control of your emotions. When she senses that you're not waiting by the phone, that you have a fulfilling life outside of her, it creates healthy tension. That tension fuels attraction. So don't over-pursue, don't double-text, don't rearrange your whole life for a date. Let her feel your presence, but also let her feel your absence. Let her wonder where you are, what you're doing, who you're becoming. Because when she realizes you're a man who doesn't need her, but could choose her, she'll work harder to keep your attention. 7. Use eye contact. Eye contact is one of the most powerful tools in the masculine arsenal. It communicates confidence, presence, and dominance, all without saying a word. When used correctly, it can make a woman feel desired, seen, and emotionally drawn to you. Most men either avoid eye contact because they're nervous, or they overdo it and come off as intense or creepy. The key is balance. Look into her eyes when she's speaking. Hold it a little longer when you're saying something important or flirting. Let your gaze communicate strength and calm, not pressure or anxiety. When you maintain strong, grounded eye contact, it shows you're unfazed. You're not trying to prove anything. You're not looking away because you feel inferior. You're rooted, composed, and comfortable in your skin, and that makes her feel safe and intrigued. Want to increase sexual tension without saying a word? Use eye contact and a slight smile. Let there be a pause after she says something, and just hold her gaze. It creates electricity that words can't match. And don't just use eye contact when you want something. Use it when you're listening. Use it when you're challenging her in a playful way. Use it to let her feel the weight of your masculine attention. Because when a man looks at a woman with purpose, not neediness, he awakens something in her. A deep desire to connect, to submit, and to feel chosen. 8. Tease. Her teasing is an art, and when done right, it's one of the fastest ways to build attraction. Why? Because it breaks the tension, shows confidence, and creates playful emotional spikes that women crave. Most guys either don't tease at all, or they do it in a way that feels forced or disrespectful. The key is to be light, charming, and always make her feel good. It's not about putting her down, it's about keeping the vibe playful and keeping her on her toes. When you tease a woman, you're showing that you're not intimidated by her, that you're comfortable enough in your own skin to joke around, even when she's gorgeous or high status. You're not trying to impress, you're just being yourself. That's refreshing. Good teasing might sound like, "Wow, you're really competitive for someone who just lost," or "You talk a big game, I bet you can't even make pancakes." Delivered with a smile, it becomes flirtation, not insult. And it invites her to engage, banter, and chase a little. Teasing also shows that you're not putting her on a pedestal. You're not worshipping her. You're treating her like a human being. That's powerful. It makes her feel like she has to earn your approval, which is where desire lives. Master this dynamic, and you'll create moments that stick in her mind. She'll replay those jokes in her head. She'll smile when your name pops up. Teasing keeps things fun, and fun keeps her hooked. 9. Speak with purpose. Your words matter, but how you deliver them matters even more. A man who speaks with purpose immediately commands respect and attention. He doesn't rush. He doesn't stammer. He doesn't fill the silence with nervous chatter. He chooses his words carefully and delivers them with intention. Women are highly attuned to tone, pace, and energy. They notice when a man's voice is shaky versus when it's slow and grounded. When you speak from your chest, with confidence and clarity, it shows you're emotionally centered. You're not seeking approval, you're simply expressing truth. A purposeful speaker doesn't over-explain. He says what he means and trusts that his words carry weight. Whether you're telling a story, flirting, or setting a boundary, speak slowly and clearly. Let the silence do some of the talking. Pausing between thoughts makes your words more powerful. It forces her to lean in and listen. Don't be afraid to own the moment. If she challenges you, don't react emotionally. Stay calm. Respond. Don't react. Let your words reveal your emotional strength. Also, don't be afraid to inject vulnerability or depth into your speech when appropriate. When done from a strong place, it draws people in even more. Ultimately, speaking with purpose isn't about sounding perfect. It's about being grounded. When your voice reflects your inner confidence, women feel it instantly. And in a world full of noise, the man who speaks with clarity and power becomes unforgettable. 10. Stay calm under pressure. A man's true value isn't revealed when things are easy. It shows when the pressure hits, when emotions run high, when plans fall apart, or when a woman tests you. Your calmness becomes your greatest weapon. That calm presence, it's magnetic. It tells the world, and her, that nothing can shake you. Most guys crack under emotional tension. They get reactive, defensive, or try too hard to fix everything instantly. But a high-value man doesn't flinch. He slows down, he breathes, he thinks, and in doing so, he becomes the anchor in the storm. Women are emotional beings. That's not a flaw. It's part of their beauty. But they crave masculine energy that can contain that emotion, not be consumed by it. If she's emotional, and you become emotional too, you create chaos. But if she's emotional, and you stay grounded, you create safety, and safety is where trust and attraction grow. Staying calm isn't about being passive. It's about being composed. If she gets upset, you listen. You speak slowly. You set boundaries if needed. You never let her emotions hijack your frame. That calmness applies to all areas: dating, business, family. When things go wrong, your steady hand builds respect. It shows you're in control, not of others, but of yourself. That's masculine mastery. In a world that constantly pressures men to react, be the one who responds. The man who stays calm under fire doesn't just attract women. He earns their deepest respect. And there you have it. 10 powerful traits women crave but rarely ask for out loud. Mastering these isn't just about attracting women. It's about becoming a man of depth, value, and purpose. The kind of man who moves with confidence, leads with strength, and lives on his own terms. Remember, being masculine isn't about playing games or chasing validation. It's about knowing who you are, standing firm in your values, and continuously sharpening your edge. Every trait we talked about today, it's a reflection of self-respect, emotional control, and masculine leadership. If you found value in this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll be dropping more content on mastering your frame, building irresistible confidence, and becoming the kind of man who commands respect without saying a word. This is Be Masculine, where we don't just talk about success, we build it from the inside out. Until next time, stay sharp, stay grounded, and as always, lead with strength.